The first word that comes to my head when I come to camp is happiness.
One word to describe camp would have to be breathtaking.
Because I'm always smiling as soon as I see the camp sign.
Camp Lake Stevens to me means home.
I think of love.
I get this sense of community and family, and it's something that's stuck with me ever since.
Fun.
I think to be able to put into words what this camp has done for me and the influence that it's had over me in my walk with God would be impossible.
Camp Lake Stevens was started in 1946 by a United Methodist minister by the name of Dr. Stevens. Cabins were very rustic at that time, and summer camp was really the only program offered through Camp Lake Stevens ministry. Over the years it developed, and now we are a year-round ministry for children, youth, and adults.
Campers will come in Monday afternoon. They'll be put in a family group, which typically is a cabin of boys and their counselor and a cabin of girls and their counselor. And they together will participate in all the activities we have at camp.
With their group, they will go to the creek, they will go canoeing, they will go down the zip line, arts and crafts. Junior high campers will do the high ropes adventure course.
So we might have all of elementary camp come and play a game of capture the flag. On Wednesday night, we all go cook out as a family group, and they'll cook over the open fire together and enjoy their meal, and we'll teach those campers how to kind of cook and clean for themselves a little bit.
They will have morning and evening devotions at Vesper Hill.
Many of our devotions are staff member led, which means that our program staff or our counselors will lead our campers in those devotions in the morning and evening times.
My favorite part about camp is definitely the zip lining. I just like the thrill of it when you're going down and jump off the zip line, and it sort of like feels like you're weightless, but then you like hit the water and it just feels so good.
My favorite part about summer camp is either high ropes or sprout ball.
My favorite part of camp is probably the lake, because there's so many fun things that you get to do there.
I always look forward to the people and just the experience of coming here and hanging out with other Christians and getting closer with God.
It's really bad. Actually, all of it's my favorite at camp, in all honesty. But Nature Hike's the one that I really just, I adore Nature Hike.
My favorite spot at camp would have to be the outpost that overlooks the zip line. Just because I can see not everything, but you can see a fabulous view of the lake and the tree houses.
The scenery, and I love the people that you meet here. You meet amazing friends, lifelong friends here.
I definitely like the counselors because they're so like nice, and like you can sort of attach to them, and it feels like you've known them for like a good bit, because they'll just like, they come to anyone with such a nice heart, and they're so easy and they welcome you so nice.
Favorite things about being a camp counselor here, you just get this chance over the summer just kind of disconnect from all that and get to relate to kids and just be a kid yourself, honestly.
Those are all some of the coolest moments, because there's times at the creek where the creek is really cold, but then you end up all playing and splashing in it later on. The zip line, just kids being afraid of it, and then just them getting pushed off or jumping off and ending up loving it. Kids being afraid to pray out loud and then hearing them pray out loud one day. Just all small moments like that.
Camp has changed so many lives over the years, including my own. Something about this environment where you can come and be yourself and grow in your faith and experience God and you in exciting ways.
That's the core of what we're doing. We're sharing that light and we're sharing that love in the hopes that they'll experience God in this place.
So many people consider this place to be sacred ground where incredible things happened, and it's always kind of in many ways home to them because of those experiences.
What made me come back to camp after my first summer was just this desire to continue the work that I had started the summer before in order to teach kids more about God and just how much He loves them and just how amazing He truly is.
The very idea that brought me to camp was how during that first summer for me, I was really looking to find who I was and find where I could go with God. And
while I'm trying to help like these campers grow in their faith, for me to grow in my faith too, because it helps me, just gives me like a cleansing, like helps me get rid of, detox of just like the things of the world and just come focus in on God and His creation and what He's done.
Camp here is the realest thing you'll ever experience. Though this may seem like a sort of a mountaintop here, it can't stay here. And so watching that flourish and grow and expand past this place is the whole point of it.
The great thing about the lessons that I learned at Lake Stevens while I was a kid was they were encased in adventure and fun and love and joy, which is what childhood should be about. And it really set as a default my way of seeing God as something that can be full of life and full of energy and excitement.
We sing a lot of songs and like they were really nice and stuff, and we'd pray, and it just made me feel better at camp, and it felt like someone was next to me the whole time.
But like the longer I'm at camp, like the more it like sets in that like this is like how I should be all the time, and so it like I really like get into the habit of always being that way.
Having the ability to come here and not only see just the love of God shine through these campers, which is an amazing experience, but you get the opportunity to see it in people your own age, your fellow coworkers. And I think that's truly working with my coworkers and seeing just how much God means in their life and how strong in their faith is has given me a lot of inspiration to pursue my relationship with God more.
But really watching that in a week when they come in on Monday and then watching them leave Saturday, which is heartbreaking for us, but also just heartwarming to know that they got something, even if it was just one little thing every day or one huge thing one day.
And then by the ending bonfire, when he's crying his eyes out, tells you how much he loves God and how he's going to turn himself over. And that's a goal we don't set out for, but it's a goal everyone loves to hear.
You know, life is hard, but when you come to camp, you get the energy and the boost of strength in your relationship with God to be able to make it throughout the year and throughout your life, really.
Why I think you should come to Camp Lake Stevens this summer? Why not? You have this awesome opportunity to be in God's creation, an opportunity that people don't get a lot. Your children will get to be with kids their own age and get to make new friends from all over the state.
In the midst of God's creation, it's one of those places where your child will, perhaps for the first time, have a sense of what it's like to be a part of a body of Christ experience 24/7 for an entire week. It's an awesome experience.
I feel like no matter who you are or where you come from or what you plan on doing, summer camp here at Camp Lake Stevens is the best way to spend it because there's something for everybody to do and you form bonds for life.
I know that my life would be dramatically different if it hadn't been for the ways that God shaped me in this place.
I feel that any child, any parent, you should come to camp if you want to find what love can really do.
you.